So this is the example. This example is number 7 on the worksheet that you should be working on today. So what we're going to do is we're going to solve this equation. It does not factor. You have 5 terms. You could try to group it, but that would be kind of weird to group 3 and 2. So we're going to do the rational zero test. So off to the side over here, we're going to do P over Q. Remember, P is the factors of the constant, which in this case would be 1, 2, and 4. Q is the factors of the leading coefficient, which is 1 in this case. So the factors of 1 are 1. You do positive and negative of all of those, and then all of those divisions. So it'd just be 1, 2, and 4. So then what we're going to use is we're going to use the graphing calculator to make sure of the zeros. So we're going to use the graphing calculator, and the graphing calculator, you'll type in the equation, and you'll see which ones actually work. So when you type in the calculator, you should get the calculator. Let's see, you type this in, and you get the answers of x equals -1 and 2 when you type that into the calculator. So now, how do we use these numbers? Well, when you look at the degree, the degree is 4, so that means there's 4 choices, or 4 answers, a possibility of 4 answers. It doesn't mean there has to be, but there could be. So what we do is we use these 2 and -1. So what we're going to do is we're going to do synthetic division with -1. So we take 1, -3, 2, 2, and -4. Now, I chose -1. You could have chose 2 the same, and you'd get the same result whenever we are finished. So we're going to do the synthetic division with -1. The reason why is because that's a 0. So we do synthetic division. We drop the 1 down. We multiply. We combine -4. We multiply to get +4. We add, we get 6. We multiply, we get -6. We combine, we get -4. We multiply, and we get a +4, which is a remainder of 0. Now, what does that mean? It means that the factor x plus 1 times this result, which would be x cubed minus 4x squared plus 6x minus 4, is factors. These 2 are factors. Now, what that also says, we also know that x minus 2 is a factor. Well, this x minus 2 is hidden somewhere in this degree 3 polynomial. So what we do is, when we do synthetic division again, instead of using the original, what we do is we do synthetic division with the new polynomial, which is the coefficients of 1, -4, 6, and -4. So what we do is we just do synthetic division again. Drop the 1 down, multiply, combine, multiply, combine, multiply, and what happens is you get a remainder of 0. So what that says is x minus 1, or -1 and 2, are both zeros. Now what that means is it means that x plus 1 times x minus 2 times x squared minus 2x plus 2 are factors. Now the thing is we have 2 factors here. We have this x squared minus 2x plus 2. We could try to factor this, the factors of 2 that add up to -2. Unfortunately, we can't make that work. So what we do is we use the quadratic formula to figure out the other zeros. So then we do x equals -b, which is -2, plus or minus the square root of -2 squared minus 4 times 1 times c, all divided by 2a, which is 1. And then we simplify. Negative is a +2 plus or minus the square root. That's going to become 4 minus 8 over 2, which becomes 2 plus or minus 4 minus 8 is -4. Square root of -4 is 2i over 2. And then you reduce all the numerator. Both those numbers have a 2. The denominator has a 2. So you can reduce that to become 1 plus or minus I. And what that does is that gives me my 2 additional answers. 1 plus or minus I. So right there are my 4 answers. Now, we had to do that because over here, we knew that there were a possibility of 4 choices from the degree. The calculator gave me 2, but the calculator can only give me these 2 because the calculator can't see or work with complex numbers. So what you have to do is you have to do synthetic division twice to get it from a degree 4 down to a degree 3, down to a degree 2, which is a quadratic, which allows me to do the quadratic formula.